Welcome back, guys. So far, whatever the examples we have discussed on a predicate are related to an abstract methods itself. So let us see what is the default methods available in a predicates and a simple examples on those default methods as well. Okay, so what are all the default methods that we have in a predicate? And, are, and a negates. These are the three default methods that we have in a predicate. And the name itself will tells you using and you can verify two predicates, or either of the two predicates one will be verified if one condition is satisfied. Negate, basically negation of something. If predicate is verifying something, if you use a negate method quite opposite to that predicate, it will work. So the example that we have created earlier is, if you can see this last example, so we are verifying whether the given string is greater than or equal to 5 or not, right? So what I'm doing right now means p dot, I'm using just a negate method right now. Okay, I'm just using a negate method right now, where in which I want to perform this particular operation on a given string, which is so. Okay, let me try to print this output. P negate on this predicate, whatever you have prepared, just verify the opposite condition. This predicate, what it will do, whenever the given character's string length is greater than or equal to 5, then only it was supposed to print true. But as I have used a negate and I am passing only 3 characters, when I run my script, the negate outcome is a true. So the logic, what exactly involved in a negate is what exactly the predicate was defined, quite opposite to that particular one. The output of this negation, we will get it. So negate is the one that we are going to use to exactly opposite stuff what we have created. So here for this negate, p dot negate, and on top of it you need to use the test method. See, test method is a quite common, guys. And or a negate, whatever it might be, you need to use in this way itself the test method. Fine, guys, we have seen an example on a negates. So the next example that I want to show you here is example 4. Write two predicates to verify whether the given string is having more than 6 characters and a string contains Surendra. Okay, so how many strings are there that contains a Surendra? And even I need to perform this particular logic too. I just want to have these logics. Okay, so this basically, okay, let me go back to my editor. Let me create a new Java program to show this particular one. So orange 16. So this is the class that I have created. Delete all the unnecessary programs. So I just deleted all unnecessary code. So here my requirement is to create a two predicates. One is to see whether the character count is greater than 6 or not. Okay. Predicate of a string of p1 is equal to s lambda expression s dot length greater than or equal to 6 or not. This method will definitely return a true. That's fine. And the second logic that I need to verify is whether the given string contains my name or not. Okay, again, predicate of a string p2 is equal to, again, s dot, I can use a contains a method in Java where in which you can verify whether the text, given text, is there or not. That's fine. I have these two predicates, right? I just want to compare both the things. That's the reason P1 and P2. So you are going to verify these two predicates, and the common method that you need to use a test. I'm giving my name as Surendra Jagannatham. And now this is what the outcome is: system.out.println. And when I run my script, the outcome is returning as a true. First, suppose if I give QA trainer and when I run my script, the outcome is a false. Perfect. This is the one where we have only one value. If I have a multiple values, how I need to deal with it? So instead of doing in this way, what I'm doing means string names, array of names. I'm just passing it out over here, and I'm giving my first name as a Surendra, the second name as Surendra Jagannadham, and the third name as Sureen, and the fourth name as Lucky, and a fifth name as Radha. So I have given these many names into this string. Now, what I want to do is I want to apply this predicate on all the values present in this array. Usually, basically, if you want to run some logic on a group of values, definitely we need to use a for loop for string of a name from names basically. So what it will happen, individual values from this name will be captured and stored here, right? So p1 dot and I'm using a p2 here dot a test, and this time I'm checking on a name. So whenever the loop rotates, the value from this particular, okay, the value from this particular array will be populated and stored here. And now if this outcome is true, then system.out.println, both the predicates were passed. Okay, both the predicates were passed, and the data is, what is the data? Name. We have the data in a name. Just run it. So whenever we executed that, this logic will be executed on all the predicates, and the outcome will be printed down to the console. Okay, let me try to run my test script as a Java application. Oh, nothing is being printed. Let us see here why. What is my first predicate talking about? My predicate is asking whether the length is greater than 6 or not. And P2, the text contains Surendra. So here, the first value it's going to pass is Surendra. Definitely both the conditions are true. So at least it should print two or three names here. Why it is not working? P1 and P2 are the true predicates that we are passing, and we are using a test outcome also. Let me debug this test script and see where exactly it is failing. So I'm just debugging my test script now. Debug as a Java application. So just a minute. Sorry guys. So if you observe this debug point, and just when I am debugging it, the outcome from this particular one, we are getting as a false basically. Okay, the outcome from this one, we are getting it as a false. Why are we getting as a false? To understand more detailed way, what I'm doing means p1 dot test. Let me see what is the outcome of the p1 dot test. So I'm just trying to print down this information. The same way I'm passing this name argument to p2, and again I'm trying to rerun this logic and see what is the reason why exactly it's getting failed. Let me debug this stuff again. And if you see, okay, p1 dot test name is a true, and p2 dot test name is a false. Okay, contains. Okay, here is the issue guys, the contains a character. This is starting with a lower case. So let me rerun this script again. Okay, I have a changed it, I identified the issue, and I have a changed it. And now when I run my script, the p1 and a p2 outcome is a true. So this time the script is executing successfully. Perfect. The reason why it got a failed earlier is guys, the alphabetic characters that I have a given. So because of which it got a fail, but now it's getting passed. If I comment these two lines, and when I rerun this program, the outcome it's going to display here. Both the predicates were passed, and the data is Surendra and Surendra Jagannadham. These are the two datas that it got executed and printed down to the console. Perfect. Done the deal. So this is a predicate, two predicates that I have created here, and even we have discussed about a negate example too. And a predicate using a AND operator. For suppose we can use an OR operator also. Either of these condition is true, just execute the stuff. So definitely when I run my test script, Surendra and Surendra Jagannadham got a printed down to the console. That's it. The reason is, if you observe, all these are five characters itself, and the condition was not satisfied. For suppose Suren QA, and this one Lucky Trainings, and this one maybe some other Radha Trainer. So when I run my script this time, as remaining things are having a more than a five characters, the remaining values got a printed. So the only thing is it's going to verify an or a condition here. Perfect. This is a one example on a names basically how you need to derive. And the another scenario that I want to add out over here is example 5. Write two predicates to verify whether given number is even and okay, whether given number is even and it is greater than 10 or not. So this is what my scenario is. So this time I just need to check out whether the given number. So I need to create two predicates with an integer. So let me create a one more Java class here. Orange is 16. Okay, orange is 17. So guys, the reason why we are putting these many examples is to help you in understanding this concept in a more easier way. That's it. Okay, so predicate of a integer p1 is equal to I, and this time I want to check whether that is an even number or not. If I module 2 it's equal to 0, then definitely it's going to be an integer. So this is what my first condition is. So predicate again of an integer, okay, predicate again of an integer p2, I again. What I want to do in this time is I greater than or equal to 10. These two. I want to verify both the conditions on a predicate. Definitely, I can use a AND operation out over there. So P1 and P2 of a test, and the number I'm giving it as a 10. Okay, I'm just giving it as a 10, and let me see the outcome, basically system.out.println. And when I run my test script, okay, something got a failed here. So here we are getting a compilation issue. So yeah, the thing is, this is a number, I'm passing it as a string. The argument that I have a passed is a wrong. And now save it again and rerun the program. See, the outcome is a true. Again, like an earlier example, instead of using on a one data, why can't we store it on a multiple values? So numbers, integer of a numbers are basically I'm passing 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 7, 9, okay, 19. These are the numbers that I have a passed, and I need to run my for loop on that. Int num from the numbers. How many numbers are there? Just get it. And here if P1 and P2 dot test of this number, run it on the number. System dot out dot println, both passed. Okay, both the conditions passed, and a value is plus number. Now, when I run my test script, so these are the numbers whose value is greater than 10 and even, okay, whose value is greater than 10 and even numbers. If I change it to R, basically, that's going to work either of these conditions and a multiple values will be printed down. That's it. So this is the way how exactly we can use negates and or, which are a default methods that we have in an predicates. Cool. That's all I have, guys. See you again in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.